happens next. Give a lot of noise to Scott Bogartz, everybody.
Any sperm donors with us here tonight? I guess a couple. I tried to donate sperm in college, or really sell sperm. Thought it would be a good way to make money. It didn't work out so well. I didn't generate a high enough quality sample. I guess that just goes to show that Malcolm Gladwell is wrong. It takes more than 10,000 hours of practice before you can turn professional at something. Is the estate planner still here? He would have gotten that. He's not. I'm a little shaky tonight. You'll have to forgive me. I got a letter from the IRS earlier today, which kind of freaked me out. You know, if there's one thing I learned from my grandfather and from Al Capone, it's that you don't want to get syphilis. That was a new one. Jim Bob Duggar, 19 kids and counting. What a motherfucker. I'll tell you what he can't count. The number of times his son finger-banged one of his daughters. I'm not the one running my family like a puppy mill. I think, 19 kids is just too much. You look at all the problems in the world, and one family having 19 kids is just contributing far too much to the problems. I think they owe it to the rest of us now to start kind of scooping up some of the undesirables in the world to kind of offset what they've done. Like, I could see her walking around like one of those things that you pick up tennis balls with. You know, she walk over here. Look, it's Paris Hilton. Ooh, it's the Kardashian family reunion. Get Kylie and Kendall in there, too. Finally, she come over, see Mama June and Honey Boo Boo, and just kind of plug that thing up so nothing else can get out of there. Now the estate planner's back. You blew my tax joke, man. So we had a Buckhead guy. Is he still out here? Okay, good. I want to make a joke about him, and he was kind of scary, so I don't want to get killed. But, you know, we had Buckhead guy. I'm sure we've got a lot of Midtown people out here in the audience. I'm from the suburbs. I'm from out in Norcross, which is kind of different. Not nearly as hip as out here in Midtown. And you have to do a lot of things in the suburbs maybe that you don't do in Buckhead and in Midtown, like yard work, which I really don't like. There's a lot of reaching into wood piles and reaching under stuff and reaching back for valves in holes in the ground and things like that. And if I've learned anything from TV and the movies, it's that when you stick your arm into a tight, dark space, there's always a scary spider or snake waiting to bite you on the hand. I hate that, man. That's why I'm not into fisting. Does have its advantages, though, living in the suburbs, because sometimes the slang that we use down here in the city doesn't translate out there in the suburbs, so it lets me get away with things a little bit differently. My wife sometimes asks, are you going to stop after the show and do anything? And I say, well, I might stop and get a chocolate milkshake. And out in the suburbs, that's innocent, and that kind of means you're going to stop at Dairy Queen and get, some dessert. And she doesn't necessarily realize that down here that means I'm going to get a sex act performed by a pregnant black prostitute. Come on. That one will hit you in a minute. Well, look at my things. So I thought that one was going to go over better, so that kind of threw me off, really. Milkshake. Jiggly milkshake. I'll do a couple more quick ones. I saw Sarah Palin was back in the news recently. She's really made her 15 minutes last. And I saw she caught a lot of flack on social media. Apparently she had posted a picture of the little kid standing on top of the family dog to reach something up on the counter, and everybody was all upset at that. And I was trying to figure out why people were so surprised. I said, isn't that their family crest? One stupid animal climbing on the back of another one to get what it wants? And they named the kid Trig, which I think is a little bit, out of place. Nothing to him, nothing to his mental disability, but I don't think anybody in that family's ever gotten close to trigonometry. I think they should have stuck with something more simple, like perhaps addition. Would have been a better name for the kid. All right, well, it looks like I'm going to go a little short tonight. Surprisingly, it's often difficult for me to remain erect for an entire 5 minutes. Don't feel bad for me, though. Don't feel sorry for me. I did just buy a Tesla, so now there are 2 battery-powered toys at home that compensate for my small penis. Thank you very much.
Keep it going for Scott, everybody.